in 2025, I don't know that we've had a hyped collaboration without any drama or issues or anything when it comes to the release. I don't. That would be awesome. That would be great, right? For the consumer experience, that would be amazing. I guess that's not the reality this year. Not in 2025. It's not. If you caught one of my recent videos, I touched on the fact that yes, the story can be amazing. The story can be amazing. Everything around the marketing of the shoe, hopefully a good consumer experience, but the product itself always needs to be able to just stand on its own, right? But the consumer experience does matter. Those two things can be true at once. I said that also in a recent video, right? So many times we have the great story, the great product, and the consumer experience is just lacking. I don't even know what to say about the whole Awake situation. So for once, I'm actually going to keep it short, okay? I truly hope anyone affected, I hope you're able to take the necessary measures and steps with your financial institution to receive your money back. As Jackie Young said during, All-Star Weekend,
do better, be better.
And I guess like in one of my favorite songs from 2025, we know there's an L in every lesson, okay? I need the releases this year. Let's stop letting the mess become the message, right? Because I don't know. The message is just that. It's what do you do? I don't know. I can tell you this for friends. I don't care if you want the shoe. I am not cystic. I want nothing to do with it. Okay? 100 feet away from it. Want zero to do with it. And speaking of releases and trying to help friends, I did not hit on that Nigel Better With Time pair. I did not, okay? So I had to reach out, let my friend know, didn't come through, which they were A-okay with, right? Money saved, A-okay with, couldn't come through. So maybe if we're doing that fun experiment, right, on hitting on the pair, maybe the indifference was there. Completely went about my day in the morning. However, it was not 6 sizes up. It was only 4 sizes up. So maybe that's why it didn't work out. And again, this is just jokes, just having fun here. But no, wasn't able to hit on that. So if you were able to hit on the Nigel Air Jordan 1 Low Better With Time, please go ahead. Why did I say it that way? Air Jordan 1 Low Better With Time. Please go ahead and share that you got a W, because I am happy for you. I know people want this as like an everyday pair to be able to throw on. And I guess you really don't have to worry about scuffs and scratches because they are already on the shoe. So that's not really a concern for you. Now talking about other releases in general, because it's funny, I had a video pre-recorded, and let's just cut to that real quick. But in relation to like knowing that the Cavestone 4 would not be for me because I'm not wearing a whole lot of 4s, I've thought about that in terms of other silhouettes, right? Because some will say, oh my goodness, you guys know I don't do the whole, ooh, people are sleeping on. I don't. Quite often, adults are making conscientious spending decisions that they want to make. Adults are looking at the shoe and going, I have a lot of other options. Maybe this just isn't a top priority for me. That's it. End of discussion. They don't have to be sleeping on anything. They can know exactly how good the shoe is. They could want the shoe and they still make the best decision for themselves, especially in this economy, depending on how many sneakers they're chasing, what other things they may have on their plate that we know absolutely nothing about. We know so little about each other, which is a blessing. We should not know as much about each other as we do, but someone may have a ton of different things going on that they are ready, like they have it lined up to make sure that they're fully funding it with no stress and no problems, and maybe going for this sneaker, it's just not it. Not right now. Where they have other shoes that they really want to get, right? A lot of these pairs, they're just going to be an opportunity cost, unfortunately, that just doesn't get chosen because of everything that is dropping right now in 2025. I think that's understandable because I learned, again, denim shoes. I know the women's Air Jordan 4 denim, it dropped, and of course it was just widely available sitting everywhere. I've had denim shoes. I had the Air Jordan 4 Levi in black. I had the Air Jordan 1 women's denim pair. I even wore it on my birthday last year, and I still sold it this year in 2025 because I don't really wear my denim shoes like that. I don't. Like, I'm accepting the realities of things I really wear and things I don't wear. So when I see 13's coming back out, and I see, you know, certain 13s that I still like. 12's coming back out. I just said I would never let Jordan Brand play in my face again when it came to the 12s because I had to send 2 back immediately as soon as they arrived. And I just said, I'm not going down that road again. And I joked about if brands are playing in your face on a recent video, just in relation to like everything people are doing for this Tom Sachs shoe. And then like Jordan Brand decided, or Nike putting out a shoe about flies, like with flies on it. I still want the story to that. Like, I'm hoping there's a story that I just don't know about that makes me change my mind on what I think about it. But until that happens, I said it like maybe it's a shit shoe and that's why flies are all over it. You learn things about yourself, okay? As you are paring down your collection, you learn what you really wear and what you really don't wear. And then some things capture your attention. They really do. And then you kind of realize you wouldn't have a chance, like you wouldn't stand a chance in getting them. And I'm talking about the off-white Air Force 1 Sesame. It's earth tone, it's metallic. We know how I love my metallic silver P6000. We know I love earth tone. Still to this day, I may not be buying essentials anymore, but I still love a good earth tone. And I really, really like this pair. I thought, okay, I could throw this on the radar because I am still really torn. What will be those final pairs for me in 2025? I don't know, right? I set the goal of only 6 pairs to buy in 2025. I have no idea. Let's not ask about 2026. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. And the goals, disclosing, I have no idea. But I'm not sure what those final pairs will be. I was like, okay, I want to put this on my radar. I think it's a damn good looking shoe. And then you realize like it may not even release here in the States at all. So I'm going to cross that off the list, I guess, for now. You can share your thoughts below on what you think about it. I know that the Air Jordan 1 Off-White Alaska has been pushed back, which is fine, right? Something being delayed and a release being pushed back, I don't think that's always the worst thing to happen. Just in terms for you as a customer. One, I already made a video about people complaining that so much is dropping and it just feels like you can't keep up. I don't think you should keep up. That's just my personal opinion. You do whatever you want to do. You go for broke. You go for broke when it comes to all these releases. But maybe it is hard for you to keep up. So this, if it was a pair on your radar and it being pushed back, that truly allows you more time to be like, you know what? Let me make a plan. Okay, sit down, make a plan, really figure out where you can more easily work that into your budget. Maybe it's in 2026 that it comes out, which was what I would guess if it's still on the release calendar. You find a way to be able to do that. I don't see an issue with that at all. I understand you may want the shoe, but again, if you have an opportunity to not rush, is it the worst thing in the world? I personally don't think so. You can go ahead and comment your thoughts below, like how you are feeling about it. But again, pairs can be pushed back. I think we've seen more and more cancellations. I know people are quite upset about that. And again, I get it. What's in your control though and what's not in your control. If something is being pushed back, that's like not in your control. So something that we are seeing though, and I think this is again, really, really interesting. So I'm gonna flip right now to the women's basketball side of things and include this just because I'd incorporated in a video like, hey, we are seeing the release soon. We thought 2026 of the AR1, which is, of course, Angel Reese's pair. Her signature sneaker will debut, and then it gets dropped on us that it's actually dropping in 2025 in September. So I know for a lot of fans that were on my timeline, that's not only a shocker, but you possibly had already planned to have, you know, additional A1s in your collection going for other things, and you're like, I had time, and now you're like, I don't have time. I don't have time. So I'd say just make it work if you're able to make it work, right? So the AR1 will come, it'll release. There are 3 colorways. It's set for September 18th. So Diamond Dust, that was the color that we initially saw, the iridescent in white. You have the Me Bounds, which listen, really smart on her to trademark that. And then Receipts Ready, the black and white pair, which I really like the contrast in the black and white pair. So when I say it becomes difficult now for me to decide like what are the pairs that I want to end the year off, yeah, I don't know. I'm really still trying to figure it out because it was teased that maybe there was like a tan and earth tone pair. I feel like we know I'm clearly leaning to that. I personally don't need another pink pair. So I was leaning like, is that going to come out? And that's why I'm proud of myself for being super patient with just trying to capture A1s like Pokemon cards because I do have these goals. And I'll put this on screen because a lot of people agreed with me when I put this in my Instagram stories that you have certain goals in mind, you know what your focus is and pulling back, and then you are pulled in another direction because of your fandom. And sometimes it is because I create, and I understand that adds a different element to it. So it's like, what decision do you make? You got to make the decision that's best for you. So I am torn. What are going to be those final pairs? I am really happy for fans to be able to see this come out. I'm not sure what changed Reebok's mind. I'm not sure if they're simply just trying to capitalize. You do have Unrivaled that will start in the winter. So once she's fully healed from her injury, I'm pretty sure that, you know, she'll be ready to go for that. So I'm not sure if they want to capitalize on that. You do have the NBA season starting up. So if they would like their Reebok athletes to also be in them, or any other player that would want to support, you know, they have the opportunity to be able to do that. So a lot of different angles I think you can play a factor in terms of why they chose to bring this release up sooner instead of, you know, keeping it where it was in 2026. So if you intend to go for it, please let me know. I've seen men in the comments saying, you know what, I think these are actually hard, liking the black and white pair because that is a super neutral pair that I think any and everyone can wear and enjoy. So please go ahead, comment your thoughts. There's been so much movement just in standings right now. My Aces were struggling. I'm going to act like that one game never happened. My Aces were struggling, and now we have won the last, I believe, 6 games. So things are heating up. We're getting near the end of the season where it is the most exciting. And then you guys also know college football is almost back. Michigan, please don't piss me off. Don't stress me out. None of that. Okay, let's just have a good season, okay? But with all that being said, just go ahead and comment your thoughts below on a number of different things discussed here in the video. I am super behind in my day, but I'm going to make it work, get things done as much as I can. I appreciate you tuning in. If you didn't catch my recent upload for the Jeff Staple Brook Adrenaline GTS4, please take a look. I know it's a release that flew much under the radar in March of 2025, but I'm really happy to have them. Already threw them on foot, so I can't wait to continue to have them in my rotation. And then that pair back there, the John Geiger 004, Year of the Snake, I am working on that video and many others. So I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you have an amazing weekend. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.